Our next speaker for today will talk about a home for everyone. Let me welcome for his extraordinary work and leadership in education. He received the award for outstanding contribution to education in the 2017 Asia's Education Excellence Awards. He's the chairperson of the Committee on Housing and Urban Development and sits in 12 other committees in the House of Representatives. He's currently the representative of the 3rd District of Negros Occidental. Let us all welcome Honorable Jose Francisco Kiko Benitez.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Congratulations to the officers and members of the Organization of Socialized and Economic Housing Developers of the Philippines, led by Chairman Emeritus Orly Bonga, Chairman of the Board Mars Mendoza, and President Gino Olivares, for the success of OSHDP Affordable Housing Summit 2021. OSHDP has always been a reliable partner of the Committee on Housing and Urban Development, and I commend your commitment to building affordable housing, to building a home for every Juan. I understand, however, that this has been becoming increasingly difficult through the years. Growing construction costs are aggravated by rising land prices in urban areas. Private sector-led housing production is also slowed down by bureaucratic inefficiency. The result is low supply of affordable housing in cities, and housing thus available in the market has become grossly unaffordable to many low-income families. The urban poor are hence forced to live in the margins of the cities, in makeshift structures that often lack sewage, along creeks, railways, under bridges. The pandemic has highlighted our housing problems. The lack of adequate space and ventilation and provisions for sanitation in informal settlements have increased the risk of COVID-19 transmissions. The need to ease and accelerate housing production for low-income families has become even more urgent now than before. As we need to build housing for everyone that is safe from natural risks and health hazards, we need to build housing that provide comfort and peace, housing that is affordable. But how do we do this? We in Congress recently passed a resolution that urges the Executive Department to expedite the implementation of provisions of Republic Act number 7279, or the Urban Development and Housing Act, and Republic Act 11201, that mandates the utilization of idle government lands for in-city mass housing. Utilizing government lands for socialized housing will significantly lower the cost of production. The government contributing its lands within a framework of a public-private partnership to build affordable housing for low-income families in mixed-use complexes will revitalize the housing industry and promote inclusive urbanization. Mixing housing with commercial spaces will ensure that homeowners will have employment, rents of commercial spaces will also cross-subsidize socialized housing developments. This is the development we want: diversity in urban density, diversity of spaces in a compact environment that addresses the most basic needs of people. Indeed, we should not only produce shelters, but build communities. Mixed-use development is the beginning of what urban planner David Sim calls the soft city. The soft city is a reimagination of the city from a mechanized society, obsessed with mobility of capital and the creation of economic value from flows, to an ecosystem that creates value from placemaking and value derived from human interaction and community building. The transformation of the gray, concrete urban landscape into a vibrant, verdant community where children play in parks and streets are animated not by moving cars, but by meaningful personal relations and thriving neighborhoods and communities. I know that OSHDP is already promoting mixed-use development in your housing projects. Through public-private partnership, we can do more. Not just affordable housing, but human settlements. To mainstream this human-centered urbanization, I filed House Bill number 3891 to institutionalize the principles of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the new Urban Agenda in Development Planning. My bill highlights the human and ecological dimensions of urban design, that urban design should not only adapt to human needs and enable the little pleasures of everyday life, but also adapt to the contours and the dynamics of nature. It is thus not only a home for every Juan, but a city for every Juan. We want housing and community development that leaves no one behind. Sama-sama, magagawa natin ito. Makakamit natin ang pangarap natin na home for every Juan kung tayo ay sabi nga ng isang sikat na noontime show ay all for one and Juan for all. Let us continue to work together to ensure the development benefits to our people, that housing is not only affordable, but addresses fundamental human needs. Because after all, development should be, as my late father Jolly Benitez championed in the Ministry of Human Settlements, higit sa lahat, tao. Maraming salamat po.